We're going through cell parts. Someone just asked me the question about like, why do I keep referring to the mitochondria sausage? Okay, here we go. So this is like, I was hired here in 1994, 1995. I didn't really, first years of teaching for anybody, they're horrible. Okay, like you just don't know what you're doing. Okay, like you don't know the material. Like it's just, it's rough, right? You know, I'm 22, I'm teaching kids that are 18. Okay, all that stuff. So I had a really rough day. I was depressed. I went home. Okay. I had like the Farmer Five, you know, the CBS, ABC, NBC, PBS. Those are my channels. Flip it through. Jerry Springer's on the TV. He made me feel a little bit better because those people were messed up. Okay. And, you know, I got bored with Springer and I like was flipping through. And at the time, like I like documentaries about nature and stuff like that more now than I used to. I think as a 22-year-old, I would have rather watched like anything that didn't have, you know, I just needed to check out of science, right? Just didn't care, like just really watch Springer than some documentary about cells. But this documentary about cells was on PBS. Ironically, right when I was talking about cells, I would have flipped it right away. But the lady talking had an accent, and I'm a sucker for accents. You know, like, yeah, if you're from Australia, you're talking about taking a crap, I'll listen to you for hours, right? So this lady was talking about cells, and so picture this with me. There was a scientist getting ready to look at a microscope. Okay, that's the scene that I'm watching, and the narrator's like, "Oh, right here we've got a scientist, and they're going to be looking at a cell." And then you look at the scientists go in, and then it goes to the microscope, so you can see inside the cell. Right? Are you all with me on this? So then the narrator's like let's take a tour of the cell. And right here in the middle of the cell, we've got the nucleus, and the nucleus is the brain of the cell, and the brain of the cell is surrounded by the rough endoplasmic reticulum. It's got these little tiny dots on it called ribosomes. All right, over here we've got a mitochondria. The mitochondria looks like a tiny little sausage. And they said it just like that, like this forceful, like angry. And I thought for a second they got something caught in their throat. Right? I used to have this 7th grade science teacher, and I had her as a teacher right after lunch. She was real gassy, and she didn't want to like belch in public while she was teaching. So she would talk through her belch, but like not like, right? It'd be like, she'd be like, "So kids, it's time to get out your room." Have you ever done this before, right? Do you know what I'm talking? And it took me the longest time to realize what she was doing. I didn't realize until I did it as a teacher myself. Like I was talking, it was like weird. I was like, "Oh my God, that's Mrs. Burkholder." All right, so she's like talking about the sausage. She said it so angry. She's like, "Oh, right, over here we've got the centrioles and we've got the Golgi apparatus, and a lot of cells have more than one mitochondria. If you remember, they look like a tiny little sausage." And she said it just like that again. Okay, angry from the gut. And I realized it's kind of fun to say it that way. So why don't you try it with me right now? Don't say it from here. Okay, say it from here. Okay, y'all with me on this? Okay, can we try this? Okay, on the count of 3, we'll all do a little sausage together. Okay, 1, 2, 3, sausage! Right? Gives you a little tickle inside, right? Doesn't it? Okay, right? Like you can ask your parents, "What are we having for breakfast?" Sausages! Right? You know, there you go, right? I think it looks more like a bean, but this lady said, I have looked for this. By the way, people are always like, find it, it's got to be on the internet. Cannot find it anywhere. Okay, I don't know what happened to that video. It never made it to the world of the interwebs because this was like 1994. Okay, yeah, right, yeah. So here we go. This is the mitochondria. It converts glucose into ATP. How does it get the glucose? What brings the glucose to this cell? I haven't asked this question yet. What? Nope, not the ribosomes. Your blood. Yeah, your blood. That's your ultimate, like, you know, like, oh, yay, right? You know, you're to get through your blood system, right? That's your ultimate transporter. Okay, if I want to get glucose to this cell, it's going to be through the blood. Okay, now let's review our brain cells here. Okay, this is these ridges. What are they called? Gyri. The cracks are the sulci, right? Which lobe is this? Frontal. Okay, what about this one? Okay, good. What about the top? Parietal. Okay, side. Okay, good. We know in the frontal lobe we got this area. What's this area? Motor, right? What's this area? Sensory. And my finger is where? brainstem, what are the three parts? Midbrain, pons, medulla oblongata. Okay, so now let's practice real quickly the transfer. Oh, I forgot to mention. Okay, what's this area where my neck is? Trigger zone, right? Okay, that's where the action potential is, right? It's like building up, and the axon is, okay, I got to open doors. Where are my doors? On every little desk here, right? So how do I get to where I need to be? I'm going to pump, and I'm going to dump, and let me, or no, pump and jump, not pump and dump. Oh God, if I dump, that'd be really bad. Like pump, I just crap myself, right? All right, so those of you, let me switch this slide to this. So those of you watching at home, okay, I'm inside the cell where the white is. Hi, I'm inside the cell. I'm outside the cell over here, right? So my right hand, what is this? That's potassium. What's this? Sodium. So I pump sodium in, I pump potassium out. And that causes me to jump, right? My pump and jump. So let's get a real good one. Okay, so, but I got to talk to my other nerve. The nerves have a gap. What's the gap called? Synapse, right? Okay, ready, guys? Pump. You guys pump it. Pump it. Okay, there you go. Next, we got to get, you got to beam it, and then you got to get, we're going to go quick, right? So there's our pump. Make sure, like when we get Dory in here or Lippy in here, and they're observing and they're typing, right? Okay, that they see that everyone here's pumping. I jump, everyone's pumping, okay, and so on and so forth. You all with me? Okay, now listen to this. I gotta show you something real quick. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right. Yeah, he was positive, I think, is what he admitted to us. Yeah, I mean, I can't say that, but he said it in front of the whole class, so there you go. All right, now I gotta show you, hold on a second, I'll make sure I don't have it in your emails. But I gotta show you my email, okay? Let me show you this. Oh, there's my son's emailing me now, which is funny. Okay, so let me show you this. This is crazy. I can't believe this, but I'm pumped. So yesterday I get this email, and I got it from Penguin Random House. I'm on all these book lists. They tell me when these new books come out. I have a book problem. Like I buy books, I read them. Okay, all those books I've read. If anybody wants to borrow them, they can. Okay, and I see these things I should borrow, but I made this deal that I've been buying books and I haven't read some. Like I got about 10 books at home I haven't read. So I'm like not buying any new books, but I'm going to buy this book at some point. Okay, here's why. Yeah. Here's why. I couldn't believe this. Yesterday, get this email. Check this out. This is insane to me. This new book called The Angel and the Assassin, the tiny brain cell that changed the course of medicine. Until recently, microglia. That's one of our glial cells. Okay, right? That's like one of the CNS ones, not the penis ones, the CNS ones. Okay, listen to this. They thought it to be helpful, but rather boring. The housekeeper in the cells in the brain. Remember yesterday I said, like, if you got like something like a COVID virus, then you got this macrophage comes in and eats it. Then your brain also has those cells, and those are called glial cells. They do phagocytosis. Look at this. But a recent groundbreaking discovery has revealed that they connect our physical and mental health in surprising ways. So I was like, oh, I can't wait. I need to read this book, but I need to do some quick little Googling. So I found this. Look at the date on this. This is insane. Okay, it's going to forever change how I teach this. Microglia, the brain's trash collector cells, may play a larger role in brain health, may reveal clues to disease treatments. Check this out. This first paragraph blew my mind. This was all last night. I was like, oh my God. Okay, the findings show a circuit between neurons and microglia that involve the molecule. Okay, when neurons are active, they release ATP. We just did that, right? The only reason I could jump is, and you pumped, is because you opened the doors. How'd you open the doors? ATP. Look at this. They attract those microglia. I had no idea. So the microglia, like ATP, hey, they in turn break down ATP into forms of adenosine, which suppress synaptic transmission and neuron activity. They're the things that kind of like stop the synapse from like firing. Okay, calcium's important, but now we know that microglia have importance. Okay, without microglia, or when microglia don't respond to ATP, a seizure response kicks in. Too much neural activity. because I'm just mad at you. Song is still in there. Okay, but look at this. Here's what they think, that maybe they could use this to treat Alzheimer's disease. This is all I know at this point. I'm inspired. I'm stoked. Okay, right? Remember yesterday, here are the things we looked at. Our CNS, astrocytes, microglia, epidermal cells, oligodendrocytes. The penis ones, satellite Schwann cells. And this happened yesterday. Brittany Woodward said she's driving home. Schwann man. She said she was frightened. She saw him. She'd never seen the Schwann man before in her life. There he was. I'm telling you, man, look out. He's coming to get you. Oh, yeah. Happens every year. I mentioned it in class, and people are like, I never knew that person existed. What's that? Oh, the Schwann man. He drives around a yellow truck with like freezers in the back, and there's a big swan, okay, on the side, and he brings pizza and meats and ice cream to your house. Yeah, ask him. So somebody else admitted to me, they're like, our Schwann man knows where our spare key is, and he just comes in and like that frightens me.
So it's like Santa.
I'm pretty okay.
About it. Oh yeah.
There's a funny story about
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's a Swan truck.
Yeah.
When my sister, because my mom and dad.
I'm listening.
No, yeah, you're good. They always used to like get that like truck always comes to our house. Well,
Yeah.
He found out my mom was pregnant with my sister, so then he stopped showing up. So we have like a joke.
Is he the dad?
We have the joke that my sister has a dad that is a Swan man because he stopped showing up ever since then.
He's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. So after that,
Did he look like the Schwann man? Or does she? No, there's a bunch. But I've never seen a Schwann woman.
Well, her sister, I don't understand how her and Brittany are related.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of look like each other.
No,
now.
we don't.
I don't want to talk about it. It's making me feel uncomfortable. All right. How many people are those parents that leave the heat at like 60 in the wintertime, or maybe even in the 50s? Okay, right? Okay, there we go. Okay, you have to like literally like freeze, or this is like you watching TV with your family, right? Okay, I always remember this. I like C.S. Lewis. He wrote the Chronicles of Narnia. If you know those books, C.S. Lewis, when he was a child, his parents never used heat, and he used to talk about how he would wake up in England in the morning, and there would be frost on his sheets because it would be so cold. And this was during the war, and the coal and all that stuff was not available, but pretty crazy. So what's that got to do with this? Okay, what's happening to this person's eyes? They're dilated, right? If you go to the eye doctor, I go to Bradley Camp. Hi, Bradley. Okay, I'm sure he's watching. He loves to dilate your eyes. The reason they're doing that is they're trying to look into the back of your eye. No, now here's the deal. A lot of people don't know this. This is not the color of your pupil. It's a hole. I can literally, if I remove your lens and this cornea, I could stick my finger into this and rub the back of your eyeball.
I don't like to think
Okay,
about that.
I know. Not only that is technically your iris could squeeze down on your eyeball, right? Or sorry, on your finger, your finger, right? Because that's like a little muscle. It always cracks me up when I turn the lights off after a while and then I flip them on and people are like, no, like that's the most painful thing on the planet, like, but people have done it. You've probably done it before, right? It's like, it hurts so much because your eyes are dilated. When I flip the lights on, they went like that, right? To let less light in. Okay, so these are dilated. Well, I don't know if you realize this. Your eyes could dilate. Your cervix is going to dilate when you have a baby, right? Well, hopefully. Okay. And also right now, your arteries can dilate. We call it vasodilation. Okay. Why would we need our blood vessels to dilate? This goes back to my bear example. Okay. I might need more nutrients to my muscles. I might need more oxygen. Okay. To help me run away from that bear. Okay. I'm going to decrease my blood pressure. Think about a garden hose. If you pinch a garden hose, or if you take your thumb and put it on the end of a garden hose, you could spray. You've all done this, right? You know, in the summertime, that's increasing the pressure. If you open that up, okay, you're going to decrease your blood pressure. This is why exercise is good for you, right? And unfortunately, all of you in this room, you're all nice little Americans. Unfortunately, you're building up nice little plaques inside here, okay? And that is increasing your blood pressure because you're taking a nice little hole and you're shrinking it. Okay, we'll talk more about it's like bad food. Get these plaques on the inside. Okay, so what's this got to do with the brain? Okay, or what about this? Who's a melatonin person in here? All right, okay, there you go. Okay. Oh, dear God, that's a lot. Okay, right. Why do you take melatonin, Abby? You want to share with everybody? Sleepy time helps you go to sleep.
I take a lot of meds.
Okay.
So the thing is, one of them makes me not sleep.
Yeah.
And then the other one makes me sleep. So they combine.
Oh.
And they make me a free meds. So I need 200 milligrams.
Whoa. Yeah, right. I did not tell any other classes today. I don't know why. This is the only, by the way, this is a hormone. Melatonin is a hormone. It's the only hormone that you can buy over the counter and it's not regulated by the FDA. It's pretty unbelievable. We'll talk more about what. Yeah, some people are like, it really works. Some people are like, it doesn't work. Okay. What's this?
I take a lot of it so I can.
There. Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Go back to the last slide. Would that have been a dilation of the blood vessel, like rushing more blood in to like his muscles to like strengthen them up so he could like survive the fall, or would that have been like a contraction of the vessel?
Gosh, I don't know. That's a great question. Let me think about that. I don't know. Maybe both. Okay, what's this got to do with the brain? Well, here's the deal. Okay. Inside this brain, there's a little area. Okay. And it's right here. And it's called the diencephalon. Okay. I'm not going to go back to this original slide, but on like day one of talking about the brain, we said that there's the cerebrum. We said that there's the brainstem, the cerebellum, and this diencephalon. Okay. It's really weird. We don't know a lot. I mean, we know a lot about it, but there's still stuff that we're learning about it, but it's crazy cool. Okay. I want to start with the thalamus. And here's just a couple interesting things about it. It's kind of like an integration center in that everything goes into the thalamus and the thalamus knows where to send things. I like to think about it as like an Amazon distribution center. I don't know if you guys realize this, and this is weird because this came up in APES today. Okay, we have now, I feel like we've hit the jackpot where we're now like famous. North Manchester has an Amazon truck that comes to it. Do you guys know this? Like, so before, if you ordered something on Amazon, it either came FedEx, UPS, or USPS. Now, there is a van that comes directly from the Fort Wayne Distribution Center to North Manchester. I ordered Hannah some gloves. I was like, I have no idea when they're going to come. I ordered them Saturday night. They were there Sunday morning, and it freaked me out. Cody.
So when I ordered my rock band,
Yeah.
after that,
Yeah.
a U-Haul truck delivered my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what?
In the big cities, and I'm sure this will happen eventually at Fort Wayne, it's like a blue truck, and it literally says Amazon
Yeah,
inside.
and I have like that Amazon. Like,
Yeah. The little
Because,
smile. Yeah.
No, I literally ordered this
Yeah.
Monday, and it said it wanted to be here for Friday. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I got it yesterday.
Yeah.
And at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah. I saw it yesterday right after school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered some jewelry today at like 11 o'clock, and it said it's supposed to be here Monday.
I know, it's insane. It's
I did
crazy.
see one of the Van Dyke ones,
It freaks
so-
me out. Oh, yeah.
She walked in and
It's
I
a
was
big
like-
white, it's like a
Yeah.
big like conversion van. Like,
She
yeah.
walked in and I seen her little logo on her shirt. I was like, what? I was like,
I know, it's insane. It's insane. All right.
Really nice though.
Now, let's see who, I'm trying to think, who's like been, like, have you been to Chris's house?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll use you since I'm picking on you anyways, Abby. All right, let's say after school, you're walking out to your car. Okay, I jump up behind your back. Okay, I put a pillowcase over your head. I knock you in the head, knock you out. Okay, put you over my shoulder, put you in the back of my white creeper van. Okay, and then I drive around for 2 hours. You're knocked out, handcuffed, why not? Okay, I keep driving around and I take you, still got the pillowcase over your head, and I put you in Chris's house. Is there a chance by just smell alone that you would know that you're at Chris's house? What do you think?
Probably.
Right? We have an association. Like my grandma's been dead for 20 years and I can still smell like her house. Like it conjures up a memory. This is your thalamus, right? Okay, so Ira and Linus have friends, okay? And if they go visit their friends, okay, and they come back, I can 100% tell you whose house they were at, even if I had no idea, because these friends' homes have a very distinct smell. Not a bad smell. It's not like they're like
Cat pee.
cat pit, yeah. Okay, it's just like their fragrance, right? Okay, this is like the same thing of like, I love wearing my boyfriend's sweatshirt when I go to bed because it smells like him, right? You know what I'm saying here? Okay, oh yeah, as they say, some good girls smiling. Yes, that's me. Okay, right? Okay, we conjure up these things and we know, okay, and that's a thalamus thing. Okay, the sensory input's going in, but your brain has sent it to a part that's locked in that memory. Y'all with me on this? Okay, also emotions and pain, some of that sensory image goes there too. The subthalamus is involved in motor, so eventually that part sends it to here. Okay, the epithalamus, which are these habernuclei or habenular nuclei, those are the emotions. So when I do smell my boyfriend's sweatshirt, I'm happy about that. The pineal body, though, and look at the size of this thing right here, this little thing. That's what produces the melatonin that helps you sleep. How many of you could easily get up? Obviously not Abby today, sorry to pick on you so much, but could not, or maybe you are. You have a hard time going to sleep. But for me, I wake up like 10 minutes before my alarm almost every single day. Okay? Right? I don't even need an alarm, but I set one just in case. Okay, right? But I'm just up. Okay. Yeah. See, there's some people like that too. Right. Oh yeah. Right. Some people like that. By the way, your sleep wake cycles may change. So you may be like, oh gosh, I'm never going to be able to get up. But later in your life, like, what about your parents? Are they able to get up, or are they they sleep right now?
It depends.
Yeah, depends.
My
Right?
mom's third shift, so
Yeah, that changes a little bit. All right. Okay, look at all this stuff that the hypothalamus does. This is crazy. You with me on this? Heart rate, blood pressure, that's that dilation. Okay, body temperature, regulation of food intake, water intake. Okay, and then I'll add a couple more. Sexual behavior, okay, hunger, thirst, okay, the integration system, all of that is happening in this hypothalamus. Now, I mentioned this guy. Who's this guy again? This is Kurt Cobain. Let me kill his light just in case you can't see who it is. So Kurt Cobain, I'm a big fan. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 1972. So when like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and all those grunge bands hit, like it was a game changer for me. Kurt Cobain shot himself. And I still remember driving on the campus of Taylor University in 1994, and the radio came on. They said, Kurt Cobain's dead. And I was just like, no, you got to be kidding me. Okay, and so he sings a song called Smells Like Teen Spirit. The band is Nirvana, by the way. Hannah was wearing a Nirvana sweatshirt today. We did not plan that. That was kind of cool. Okay, but you've all heard Smells Like Teen Spirit before, I hope. If you haven't, I'll play it here in a minute. Okay, nobody got this trivia right today, and I'm really bummed out about it. The drummer for Nirvana, you better get this. Don't look it up. Okay, the drummer for Nirvana is now the lead singer of a mega band. His name, can anybody tell me before I tell the name? The first name of the band or the first name of the lead singer?
First letter
Of his first name? D.
Okay, give me
His first name is Dave.
Dave. Oh, Dave Jones.
Don't look it up. I'll tell you his name. You want his last name?
Is it Dave? It's not Dave.
Not Dave. His last name is Grohl. Dave Grohl's the lead singer of. No one got this today.
Hang on.
They have a brand new album out and it's so good.
Suicide.
No one.
It's not.
5,
All I remember.
4,
You're pressuring
3,
me.
2. Not Imagine Dragons. Not
Just tell me.
Nickelback. Foo Fighters.
Did somebody actually say Nickelback?
Foo Fighters. You gotta listen to Foo Fighters, man. They're amazing.
I've only recently. I just got into Hole.
Hole is his
I know,
wife,
yeah.
and everybody blames her for his
I
death.
know, literally.
All right. So why am I talking about Kurt Cobain? This is the part of the lesson that I hope blows your mind. Okay.
Oh,
This picture is like weird. You're like, what's going on with this picture? Here's this hypothalamus. We also had a little thing called the limbic system. Okay. Here's the lining of your stomach, and inside your stomach is this bacteria. Okay. You know, and you maybe heard me say before, that we have more non-human things on us and in us than actual human cells. Okay. Which is creepy. How many of you in here have ever craved something like I want a pickle, or I want to I'll never forget this. This is like one time Greta, I don't know if you guys know this, but Greta was my student. Then Greta was also my student teacher. So she taught my classes. They usually don't let you do that, but her dad was dying. It was kind of a sad time. So they said, go home, take care of your dad, and you can student teach with Jamin. And it was like so much freaking fun. Okay. And I remember walking out of the building, and I was like, how's your day? Yeah, we was talking, kind of did a little wrap up. And she's like, pretty good. She's like, I can't wait to get home. I was like, why? She's like, man, I'm hungry and I'm craving something. I'm like, oh yeah, what are you craving? She's like, chocolate milk and a pickle. And I was like, what? She's like separately? No, she's like, together. I was like, that is gross. And that's very specific. But she that's what she wanted. Here's the deal. They used to say that if you crave something, it's because your body, quote unquote, needed it. The new research is saying that it's not because you as a human needed it, but that your bacteria are craving it. And the bacteria send a signal from your gut all the way up through the vagus nerve to the brain to tell you what to eat. You are being controlled by something that is not human.
Good bacteria.
Okay. The good bacteria. Okay. Yeah. Now get this. All right.
When I want chocolate,
Yeah. You can. You're like, yeah. It's not me, Dad. It's the bacteria inside me, right?
get whatever you're craving,
So the bacteria may die. Not necessarily. We'll talk about that. Okay, now listen. So I got real into this, okay? And you should check out, if you're interested in stuff, check out microbiomes, right? This is kind of the big new research stuff. So what you have a microbiome. So what I got into this. So I was curious, what are the things that are living inside me that are not me? So I read this article and they said there's this company called Ubiome, and what you could do is you can find out what your microbiome is. But here's the catch, I guess. So you pay $85. I paid the $85 and I got this kit in the mail. Okay, get this kit, and they told me I have to poop, I have to wipe, I have to take a Q-tip, I have to take the poop on the toilet paper, wipe it on the Q-tip, put that Q-tip in a vial, swish it around, cap the vial, send it in the mail, off to get analyzed. I did it. And I was very thankful the first time that I did it, that I didn't have one of those poops, that you wipe and you're like, oh, there's nothing there. Have you ever done that? You're like, my anus did a job, man. It pinched. It was like it cleaned itself, right? Oh my gosh, have you ever had one? It's a ghost poop, right? You're like, did I poop? Yeah, it's a clean poop. Right. So, but this was a mess, right? I wiped, I was like, oh dear God. And then there it is. I put it in. Okay, I sent it away. Okay. So they sent me back my results, and it was really interesting, right? They said, here you got this kind of species, you got this kind of species, so on and so forth. So then I thought, man, I'm gonna do a little experiment on myself. I'm gonna do this 6 months later. Okay, but in the 6 months, I'm going to change my diet. So I started eating more yogurt. I started drinking more kombucha. Okay. Why would I drink kombucha and eat yogurt?
Bacteria.
it's got bacteria in it. It's got live cultures. Okay. So I wanted to see if I could change my gut. So I paid another $85. I got another kit, had a really good crap. Not as good though. It's kind of bummed. So like I'd kind of like get up in there and kind of,
You had to finger your own butt.
yeah. I mean, with a Q-tip in my
With
butthole.
the stick.
Yeah.
Good joke.
Yeah. Thanks for the visual. Yeah. And I sent it away. And guess what? It completely changed. All right, now look, here's the major bummer. So I did it one more time because like they had a sale, and not only this is maybe a little too
So
personal.
you've shoved a Q-tip in your booty hole 3 times
No, the first time it was like perfect,
now. Okay, so
but
twice.
then I no, only once. Because the second time I had another good crap. The second time I panicked because I was like, oh no, like I'm sitting there and like they say to do it like really quick. And then I like didn't have enough on the toilet paper. I wiped again. I still didn't have enough. And I was like, oh no, I don't have to poop anymore. I've opened up the tube, right? I'm sitting there with this vial in my hand. So I was like, right? Yeah.
So you penetrated yourself twice.
Once.
Let's not say
Wait, you can. Oh well.
The
okay.
first time was on the toilet paper. The third time was on the toilet paper. The second time penetration. I'm filming this. I can't believe this. Okay. All right. So okay. So I'll tell you about the third time in a minute. So I get the results and I'm pretty pumped. I want to show you the results. I can't show you the results, not because of some HIPAA violation. Okay. Not because of some sort of moral reason. Okay. But because the company shut the website down because they used faulty scientific methodology to give me my results. Now listen, they told me the right bacteria, but the analysis of the bacteria was that like, these are the good ones. You want more of these, you want less of these. It was determined that they were comparing my, and I still can't believe this, my bacteria to not an adult, but a baby's biome and a dog's biome. So they were sued, they were shut down. I am still hoping to get my money back, but I really just want my results. Like I want to show you like what bacteria were living inside of me. Okay, what's that? No, I mean, I learned something.
I mean, you really did work that.
It's like a math problem, right? All right. Okay, so what's this got? So like you maybe ask yourself this, what the heck does this got to do with Kurt Cobain, right? Okay. Okay, you're like, why are we talking about Kurt Cobain and then your butthole? Okay, now listen. So Kurt Cobain had horrible, like he complained a lot about stomach issues. There's been a lot of like question, like why did Kurt Cobain kill himself? Like, was he depressed? Like, was it his Courtney? Did she kill him? Like, you know, did they hate each other? Was it like he drank, he smoked, you know, like he did not have the healthiest of lifestyles. But now there is some research that's saying that maybe his microbiome had something to do with it because of maybe his lifestyle too, but the microbiome can affect stress hormones, that maybe his stomach issues, that maybe his long-term problems were what really caused his depression, okay, and led eventually to that, okay? But the fact is that we can change our microbiome. I changed it, okay? I did that, okay? And it was really incredible to see that. We call this the HPA axis. Now, I'll get into this a little bit more on Monday, but the H stands for hypothalamus, the P stands for pituitary gland, and the A stands for the adrenal gland. All of this is connected through this vagus nerve. Do you remember the bone that I told you if you break this bone, it'll kill you?
Yeah,
The hyoid bone. That's because you sever the vagus nerve, okay? Right? But that's how the bacteria are communicating with your brain. And it sounds like I'm making this stuff up. Okay? I'm not making this stuff up. The voices in your head are the bacteria in your gut, and you can change it. Okay? All right. Thanks everybody for listening. I'll take your balls back. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. Nice.
Oh my god! You
Ridiculous.
every time.
Anybody else? Yeah. Nice. This is actually fun for me too.
Like changing your diet.
Yeah.
I put that in there.
Yeah, cool. I love that show. All right. Any questions, folks? How about online? Folks online, you guys good? Once again, I literally got these books out because I thought we were going to talk about the male-female brain. Sorry. Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Friday.
Yeah.